So we begin with applications of the Thales theorem and its converse that we have covered in the previous lesson. First thing that we plan to do today is the application which is directly through the BPT, followed by applications directly for converse of BPT. Then we are going to use application of BPT such that we get two proportions from BPT and we use it for the third one. Further, we are going to go a step ahead from this learning outcome and we are going to use the BPT and the converse of BPT together to prove a pair of line parallel. So beginning with the applications which are only involving BPT, it is applied to prove the converse of midpoint theorem implies we are using BPT to prove the converse of midpoint theorem that we have done in class 9. So let us first review the statement itself. What does the converse of midpoint theorem state? It says that if in a triangle you take one midpoint of one side, that means a midpoint of one side, make a line parallel through that to another side, then that parallel line will bisect the third side. That is what the converse of midpoint theorem states. The proof of this converse you have already done in class 9, but we are going to do the alternate proof to this theorem using the BPT, which is way convenient than what you did in class 9. So let us see. It is given to us that D is the midpoint of AB, hence AD is equal to BD. If I divide BD on both sides, here we divide BD and we make a denominator BD here, BD upon BD becomes 1. So we have AD upon BD is equal to 1. Then it is already given to us, it is given to us that DE is parallel to BC. Now when DE is parallel to BC, we can apply BPT in triangle ABC. The application of BPT tells us that if a line is parallel to one side of the triangle, it divides the sides in the same proportion. Hence, we have AD upon BD is equal to AE upon EC. This is statement number 1. This is statement number 2. From statement 1 and 2, we gather that if AD upon BD is 1, then AE upon EC also becomes equal to 1. Cross multiply and we get AE equal to EC, hence proved. So we have proved the converse of midpoint theorem using BPT just in 3 statements. Let us see more applications. We can apply BPT in an angle bisector problem. So in this question, it is given to us that in triangle PQR, PS is the angle bisector of angle P, right? So it is given to us that angle 1 is equal to angle 2. And we have to prove this proportion. There is nothing parallel given in this particular question. So first thing that we do is we make an assumption. We make a construction here. We will make a line RT which is parallel to SP from here like this. When we do that, we can see since RT is parallel to PS, therefore angle 2 is equal to angle 3. These become alternate interior angle as PR has become the transversal. Also, angle 1 is equal to angle 4. Reason? They become corresponding angles. Now, let's look at these equations. Angle 1 is equal to angle 2. But angle 1 is also equal to angle 4. And angle 2 is equal to angle 3. So, from statement 1, 3 and 4, we have angle 3 is equal to angle 4. So, these two angles become equal. Now, if I just shade this much of the triangle and we can see that angle 3 is equal to angle 4, so this triangle becomes an isosceles triangle over here And when this is an isosceles triangle, we can clearly see that PT becomes equal to PR. Sides opposite, equal angles in triangle PTR. Now, an interesting thing happens here. If I consider the entire triangle TQR, all right, consider entire triangle TQR, we know that PS is parallel to TR according to our assumption. If PS is parallel to TR, then we can apply BPT in this red triangle. According to BPT in this triangle, we have PQ upon PT is equal to QS upon SR. So we have this statement number 7 from BPT in triangle QTR. Now let us compare statement 6 and statement 7. PT is equal to PR, which implies this denominator can be replaced with PR. So we do that and we have proved the required proportion using BPT in an angle bisector problem. Another angle bisector problem we have as a converse of the previous problem. Converse, why? Because in the previous question, this was given and this was to prove. Now these have flipped. This becomes to prove and this becomes given. We begin with exactly the similar assumption, same assumption. That means we again make a parallel line. This was given to us. We make a parallel line, and since this line is parallel, these statement 3 and 4 are again similar to the previous question. Angle 2 equal to angle 3, angle 1 equal to angle 4 because of the alternate interior and corresponding axioms. Now, in the red triangle, we have this parallel to this. So PQ upon PT is equal to QS upon SR, BPT in triangle QTR. Now we will compare statement number 1 with statement number 5. QS upon SR are the two same right hand sides. Denominator of left hand side and denominator of left hand side is equal. Hence, the denominator has to become equal as the right hand sides were equal to each other. So we have now PT equal to PR because of statement 1 and statement 5. Now let us identify PT and PR as the two sides of this blue shaded triangle. If PT is equal to PR, which we have proved here, therefore angle 3 is equal to angle 4, angles opposite equal sides in triangle PTR. But it was already given to us that 3 and 4 were respectively equal to 2 and 1. Now, if 3 and 4 have become equal to one another, therefore, angle 1 becomes equal to angle 2 from statement 3, 4, and 7. If angle 1 is equal to angle 2, so we have proved that PS bisects angle QPR. PS bisects angle QPR. We've proved angle 1 equal to angle 2. So these were a couple of problems that we have done which were directly the applications of BPT. Let us see few applications where we are applying the converse of the Thales theorem, which is also known as BPT. Recall the midpoint theorem from class 9. The midpoint theorem in class 9 said that if in a triangle the midpoints of two sides are given and we join those two midpoints, then that line segment becomes parallel to the third side. So this is something that we need to prove here. It is given to us that AD is equal to DB. Dividing by BD, we get AD upon BD is equal to 1. It is also given to us that E is the midpoint of AC. Hence, AE upon EC becomes equal to 1. Now, looking at statement 1 and 2, both these ratios are equal to 1. Since both the ratios are equal to 1, they become equal to one another. So we have AD So AD becomes equal to AD upon BD becomes equal to AE upon EC. We are applying converse of BPT now. For applying converse of BPT, we need to prove a pair of lines parallel. In this diagram, in this figure, if AD upon BD is equal to AE upon EC, then DE becomes parallel to BC over here. For easy identification, you can observe here that D and E are the two common alphabets in the respective numerator denominator in the two ratios. So it becomes DE parallel to BC. BC are the two alphabets which are non-common in the entire proportion. Hence proved. Now let us look at further applications of BPT and converse of BPT to prove two proportions leading to the third. Rather, in this, we will be only using BPT. So let us look at this problem. This is 6.2 question 3. There are two triangles given to us and there are two pair of parallel lines given to us. Please remember, each pair of parallel lines gives us one proportion. If there are two pairs, it will give us two proportions. So look at the shaded triangle, the blue one. This line is parallel to this. Hence, we can say that AM upon BM is equal to AL upon CL, or we can also say AM upon AB, that means part upon whole, is equal to part upon whole. Hence this is BPT in triangle ABC. Now we apply BPT in the red triangle. AN upon AD is equal to AL upon AC. Interesting thing to note in statement 1 and 2, the right hand sides are same. So from statement 1 and 2, we have AM upon AB is equal to AN upon AD. Hence proved. Let us look at one more problem over here. Again, we have multiple triangles here and we have two pair of parallel lines once again. Each pair of parallel line will give us one proportion. So this will give us one proportion and this will give us one proportion. We will use those two proportions to make the third proportion. The only thing in these questions is to pick up the correct triangle. So for first, we are taking the complete triangle ABC, taking DE parallel to AC. So we have BE upon EC is equal to BD upon AD. Reason, BPT in triangle ABC. It is important that we write the name of the triangle here. Very, very important, because there are multiple triangles involved in the figure. Now, we'll take the red triangle and apply BPT in this because DF is parallel to AE given to us. So when we do that, we have BF upon FE is equal to BD upon AD. Very similar to, so we had BD upon AD is equal to DF upon FE. Again, very similar to what we have in the previous question. The right hand sides are same. So we will say BE upon EC is equal to BF upon FE. So we've been able to prove two proportions leading to the third. So proportion 1, proportion 2 led to the third proportions in both the problems. Another example of the similar one. Now ABCD is a trapezium here. Diagonals AC and BD are intersecting at O, and we need to prove this. There is one construction that is required in this question, because please remember, BPT can only be applied to a triangle. And in this question, though it is given as a trapezium, and trapezium has a pair of opposite sides parallel, but CD and AB are not belonging to the same triangle. So BPT cannot be applied directly. So we make OM parallel to AB such that it meets BC at M. And we apply BPT only in this triangle, the blue triangle. So we have AO upon OC is equal to BM upon CM. That is our statement number 1. Now we shade the red triangle and we apply BPT in this triangle. So we have BO upon OD is equal to BM upon CM. So OM is parallel to CD. But why is OM parallel to CD? OM is parallel to CD because it was given to us that AB is parallel to CD. It was given to us. And we have taken OM parallel to AB. Because AB is a common parallel side to OM and CD, therefore OM is parallel to CD over here. So statement 1 and statement 3, the right hand sides are equal just as in the previous two problems. Hence we have the two left hand sides equal. That means AO upon OC is equal to BO upon OD. However, if you notice this question, what we had to prove, it was OB in the denominator and OC in the numerator here. So we simply cross multiply these two. We just switch them, swap them diagonally. So BO comes here, OC goes there, and we are able to prove by cross multiply. After having covered this, now we are going step further where we are going to further apply converse of BPT to this problem. We have multiple triangles in this particular problem, and again we are given that there are two different pairs of parallel lines given. So we will take one triangle at a time, and for each pair of parallel line apply BPT. So applying BPT in the blue triangle, we have PE upon EQ is equal to PD upon DO. Now we apply BPT in the red triangle and we have PF upon FR is equal to PD upon DO. Just as in previous questions, we have two proportions whose right hand sides are equal to one another. Therefore, the left hand sides become equal. Just as in previous few questions that we have done. So from statement 1 and 2, we get this statement. The only additional thing that we are doing in this particular learning outcome is that now we take the complete triangle. In this complete triangle, we have been able to prove that PE, that is this, upon EQ, which is this, is equal to PF, which is here, upon FR, which is here. Since we have been able to prove this, so in the yellow triangle, we apply converse of BPT. So please observe, this has been just rewritten here. E, F, join them together, EF parallel to QR, parallel to QR, which we were required to prove. Let's do another problem of the similar types. Again, two pair of parallel sides are given. That's an indication that we have to take two triangles one by one. So we take the blue. In the blue triangle that we have OB upon BQ is equal to OA upon AP. That is BPT in triangle POQ. Now we apply BPT in triangle POR, which is OC upon CR is equal to OA upon AP. Just as in the previous questions, statement 1 and statement 2, the right hand sides are equal, therefore the left hand sides become equal to one another. So we have OB upon BQ is equal to OC upon CR. But our problem does not finish here because we have to prove this parallel line. Please remember, whenever we have to prove a pair of parallel lines, we will always use converse of BPT. So now we take this yellow triangle and we observe that OB-BQ are the parts over here, OC-CR are the parts over here which have been divided by the line BC. Hence we have BC parallel to QR. Again, please observe here. This proportion has been rewritten with just colors added. So BC becomes BC parallel to QR. This becomes converse of BPT in triangle OQR. OQR. Another example over here, which is a converse of what we had covered in the previous learning outcome. So we have been given here that ABCD is a quadrilateral, not a trapezium, unlike one of the previous questions that we did. But we have to rather show that it is a trapezium. However, what was to prove in the previous question of trapezium is given over here. The construction is very similar to the trapezium question that we had done. We make OM parallel to AB. If OM is parallel to AB, we can apply BPT in triangle ABC. However, please observe, it is given to us that AO upon BO is equal to CO upon DO. So we have interchanged these two. It becomes AO upon CO is equal to BO upon DO. This proportion we have got from the given, not from the BPT. Now, when we use this blue triangle, we get AO upon CO is equal to BM upon CM. Comparing statement 1, in the red triangle, we have from equation 1 and 2, statement 1 and 2, AO upon CO, which is the left hand side in statement 1 and 2, are equal to one another. Therefore, we have BO upon DO is equal to BM upon CM. In the red triangle, BO and DO, that is BO and DO, have been divided by OM, and BM and CM are also divided by OM. Implies we have now OM parallel to CD, which is a converse of BPT in the red triangle. Again, observe OM becomes OM parallel to CD over here. Now, OM has become parallel to CD, but OM was already parallel to AB by our construction or our assumption. Hence, AB becomes parallel to CD. ABCD is a trapezium. So, we have been able to use BPT and its converse, that is the Thales theorem, and its converse to prove direct applications, which were actually, these theorems were used to prove another set of theorems. We have used BPT to prove the converse of midpoint theorem, and we have used the converse of BPT to prove the midpoint theorem itself. In addition to that, we have used this BPT theorem twice in the same problem to get two different proportions, and from that we got the third proportion by comparison.